Hello, my name is Craig Brown. I work in the video games industry as a technical designer. My most recently released game was Ark Survival Evolved, and I'm currently working on a game in the indie space. I've been writing some articles recently on LinkedIn and Twitter. I decided I'm going to start vlogging them as well because I'm pretty sure a lot more people care about things when it's a vlog form instead of, like text. Who reads anymore? Oh, and one last thing before we start getting into it. This is going to be a really simple video. I'm not going to have like anything popping up or anything like that because this is the first video I've done. Oh yeah, and the cuts are going to be all over the place, so sorry. Things might get nicer looking in the future, but meh, whatever. This week I'm going to be talking about crunch. Crunch is pretty much the worst thing about working in the video games industry. It's significantly increased work hours at the end of the development cycle, or at the end of a phase of the development cycle, which is usually caused by falling behind schedule, poor planning, or both. I honestly think that crunch is the main reason behind the industry's high burnout rate and turnover, especially in the junior level positions. Because, I mean, really, who wants to work 12 plus hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week, when getting paid less than you would for the same job at another industry, and not getting any sort of residuals or really much credit at all for your work? I mean, it's really rough. It's absolutely shitty. Unfortunately, the industry as it is right now can't really survive without crunch. A lot of companies have put a lot of time and effort into figuring out the correct time to release a game. And that means it's on the right week of the year, or even the right day of the week, then they could lose potentially a lot of money. On top of that, if you don't get your milestones hit, then investors could pull funding, and that could send your entire studio belly up, and everyone loses their job, which means no one wins at all. Not to mention the money you've spent on marketing saying, we're going to release on this day. People are going to go to Steam, or they're going to go to a store, try and download or buy your game. It's not going to be there, and then you have a big chance of just losing those potential customers. Not to mention that all the fans who should be really excited and understanding when you say you're going to delay your game to fix things, they get really angry and they're like, where's my game? I want it now. You guys know how the internet works. It can be a really toxic place. Really, delaying isn't much of an option at this stage. Instead of talking about things we can do to fix crunch itself, because it's a much longer, much more involved conversation, I'm going to talk about things you can do to sort of keep yourself mentally healthy and sane and not completely lose it during crunch, because you will be there if you're in the games industry. I've got a list of 5 things that I tend to do. It's just 5 simple things, not really anything crazy on here. A lot of it might be common sense, it might not, but I'm going to go through it anyways. The first one really is just take breaks. I cannot express this enough. A 10 to 15 minute break every 2 or 3 hours is really enough. These breaks can prevent simple workplace injuries too, any wrist problems, neck problems, back problems that you have from sitting at a computer desk all day. Tangential to this, if you can get one of those standing desks, those are amazing. If you can get one that goes up and down, I don't remember what they're called, like transformables or something, so that you can stand up part of the time and sit part of the time, they're amazing. Additionally though, taking breaks, they allow you to relax your mind a bit. They allow you to focus on something else, sort of cool down a bit. It's really helpful for your mental state. Mental state and mental well-being, I'm going to be talking about those a lot. The next one I'm going to say is actually just have fun with friends. You would not believe how important it is to just have fun when you're in this otherwise really stressful environment. It doesn't have to be a lot of fun. A couple conversations with someone about what you're really into. Pokemon, Dungeons and Dragons, NHL, music, movies, your workout routine. Whatever it is that you can talk with someone really excited about, go ahead and do that. Aside from taking breaks, I think that like just actual chat, human interaction with people about non-work stuff is probably going to be the biggest thing for your mental health. I was lucky enough during one of my crunches to be working during AGDQ. It's a speedrunning marathon that gets streamed. We pretty much took all of these downtimes waiting for a new build, whenever code was compiling, it would turn into, let's talk about the Ninja Gaiden Relay Race, or the new record on Mega Man, or whatever it was that was on at the time. These things are amazing. They help a ton. Alright, so number 3 is going to be just don't eat at the office. Just don't do it. It's a terrible habit. Never get into that habit. You're going to be in that building, probably at your desk most of the time, for like 12 hours a day at least. You want to get out anytime you can, even if it's just an hour to eat. A change of scenery will help you sort of relax a bit and get refreshed. It really helps to not be trapped in that box all day. Even just a little bit of time out is really good. Number 4, eat healthily. You don't have to like go super health on it, just at least make sure one of your meals is significantly healthier than the rest of your meals. If you eat just fast food and junk food constantly, you're gonna get really sluggish. Now, that's actually a much harder thing to do, especially if you're constantly eating at the office or you're constantly eating near the office. But sometimes, if you're lucky, the company will provide food, and if you've already had a bunch of junk food and they're getting pizza, ask them to get you a salad. This is not about health, but it kind of is about health. If your body's feeling better, your mind will feel better. Replace the soda with a water every once in a while. If you do what I used to do and you drink sodas constantly, just swap every other one is a soda and every other one is water. And the fifth one, and this honestly might be specific to just me, it's a little weird, stay hydrated. I know this isn't a sport and you're not going to be sweating doing anything, but I personally feel so much better when I drink water a lot during the day. I'm only saying during crunch when you're constantly keeping yourself, you're like, I gotta get caffeine, I gotta get some food, I gotta get something just to keep myself awake and doing this. Sure, have your coffee or whatever, but try and replace as much as you can with water and keep yourself hydrated. Plus, if you drink enough water or liquids in general, then you'll get up and go to the bathroom more, and while it's kind of annoying to have to go to the bathroom, it makes you get up and stretch and walk around, which will help again. Oh, one big one, anytime you get a chance, sleep. Sleep is going to be a huge thing. I can't believe I forgot that one. If you've got 2 hours before your next task is going to be ready for you, take a nap. Power nap the crap out of it. Find a couch somewhere. There's sometimes on-call type rooms where there's a bed. Go there, take a nap, set an alarm, get an hour in if you can even. Really try and do those 5 or 6 things. It'll help a lot. The main thing to remember is that if you can keep your mind in a less depressed, less trapped space, you'll feel so much better. I think this has gone on a bit longer than I originally intended. Next week, I will be talking about something else. I haven't decided yet. If you enjoyed this, like, share, comment, subscribe. I don't know what everyone does on these things, to be honest. And leave a comment in the comments section if you have a topic about game development, either living in it or getting into it, that you'd like me to address sometime, and maybe I'll get to it. Okay, I'll see everyone next week for a new game dev advice. See you later.